MadRatt Garage going live. Looks like we got one person in the queue. Can you hear me all right? If you're in the queue and first time doing this, so if you can help me out, go ahead and comment in the chat there and let me know if you can hear me all right. Hey, Jimmy. Can you hear me, buddy? No sound? Can't tell if I got sound or not. Cool. Well, it's just me and you right now. I saw your video today. That's a good idea, doing all the posts and then doing a video about the results there. Good. Oh, looks like we got somebody else that was joining in there for a second. This is an interesting feeling, ain't it? Waiting on people. Grease Belly Garage, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, where about in Florida? Oh. You, my friend, are probably all of about 30 minutes from me. I'm down in Port Charlotte. What do you do up in Bradenton? Sunshine today in Idaho. We didn't have any sunshine in the Sunshine State. I'll have to check out your channel there, Grease Belly. Yeah, I just came across him not too long ago. Yeah, buddy, he's got some pretty neat stuff going on there. Oh, we got like 4 people on here now. Feel free to comment in the chat and just say hello and tell me where you're from. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Yeah, he's got some neat stuff on there. A lot of truck stuff, so. He's over in Daytona, I think. Yeah, small guys, we got to stick together, huh? Any exhaust leaks after all of the debacle? I got a little bit of one. Where the donut actually sealed to the downpipe, the lip of the downpipes where it blew out is kind of missing part of it. So it's sealing, but not great. We got plans for big plans for exhaust here when our Florida winter comes, which is actually summertime because it's too hot to drive the non-air conditioned vehicles. So I'm planning on doing all new exhaust on it. So if it holds up through the winter here, get to some car shows and get a chance to enjoy it, then we'll do the new exhaust when our winter, Florida winter, hot rod winter comes. Yeah, we're actually having a winter here, aren't we? It's been chilly. Doesn't warm up until mid-afternoon, and it doesn't warm up much, but hopefully next week things will get better. Sunny and overcast and dreary the last couple of days. Yeah. Yeah, I've only been down here 4 years, so this is all new to me, this colder weather. Oh, for sure, Jimmy. I like what you're doing over there. You got some cool vehicles, and obviously we like the Tri Fives. So um, we got more than just Tri Fives here, but that's the baby. That's for sure. I appreciate you supporting me. Yeah, next week I just saw something about next week being another big cold front coming through. Not as cold as this week, though. I don't think. I could be wrong. Oh, snow in Tallahassee. Oh, yeah, that would suck. That would suck. It might be colder next week. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jimmy. We're just trudging along, doing what we can. I'm not sure what this YouTube thing's. It's definitely interesting to try to get going. That's for sure. Uh, if you don't get a lot of feedback, it's really hard to tell which direction you're headed, if you're in the right direction or not. The Nomad, our family bought it back in 78, 77, 78. And my mom used to drive it to work up in Wisconsin during the summer months. That was her car. She drove to work, and we took on many a trip. And then about 8 years ago, I bought it. They're thinning out the herd. Dad had a 9-passenger 56 wagon, a 55 Nomad, which is our very first. He had that car longer than he's had me. And this one, and he's got a 57 4-door wagon. And the 4-door wagon's just really easy for him to drive. And he's like, I'm not driving them all at once and not driving them enough. So I bought this 8 years ago, and a year and a half, 2 years ago, going on 2 years now, my brother bought the 55 Nomad. And so they're still in the family, which is cool. And then Dad just got the 57 4-door wagon now. We sold the 9-passenger wagon probably about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Oh, the sedan deliveries are cool. It's actually because he had the 55 Nomad at the time, and then this Nomad, the 56. Uh, him and I thought when I was about 19 or 20, if we could find a 57 sedan delivery, it would complete the stable, and we were going to make that like into a pro touring when pro touring was just getting going. Thought that'd be kind of a cool project for him and I to do together and own it together, but it never found the right project, and it just kind of faded into the distance. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's cool having them in the same family so long. And this one here was restored probably, and we figure it was 73 because the guy we bought it from said it was a 6-year-old restoration, so 72, 73. And the only thing we've really changed on it until I got it was they redid the interior, which has probably been 25, 28 years ago now. Other than that, it's pretty much all the same as it was when we bought it, all the same as it was since 73 when it was restored. Oh, the Pontiac Safari wagon. What year was that? 57? Yeah, those are cool. That's my dad's second favorite. Is he really likes the 55 Safari wagons, but he's like any one of the three. It's just like the Chevy versions, just different but same platform. He really likes those. Be cool to see. What cars you got now up in Bradenton? You still have the 4-door hardtop wagon? Or is it a 4-door? Nah, I'm sorry. Hard to read these. Okay, you got both. Okay, cool. They on your channel. I'll have to check them out. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Jimmy, we had the same ordeal in our family. We were inheriting these. This was the one I was going to inherit, and then the 55 my brother was going to inherit, but Dad wasn't driving them enough, and we just said, you know what? Sell them to us now. We'll keep them in the family, and we can all still enjoy them. Because obviously retiring isn't the easiest thing monetarily, and they needed some things going on in their elderly years, and I could afford to buy it. Obviously, I got a deal on it. And my brother, same thing. He'd been doing a bunch of stuff, paying for a bunch of stuff to be done to the 55 so that if and when Dad ever passed it on to him, a lot of the stuff would be done. So when Dad decided he was needed to sell one more, my brother was just like, keep the 57, let me buy the 55. I've already done all this work, and I'll give you this extra money, and you'll have that, and then you'll still have one you can drive. So we avoided that conflict. Other than the 55 really was supposed to be mine because I did all the work on it years and years ago before my brother never laid a finger on it, but that's fine. He's the older brother. He gets first choice. I love this one just as much. You get to any car shows, Grease Belly? Well, we're down to one. Is that Jimmy or is that Grease Belly? Oh, we're back to two. Introduce yourselves. Ask any questions you might like. Oh, Jimmy? Oh, he's back. Okay. Yeah, where's that tailgate tour at? Up in Georgia or something? Yeah, there's a big one Saturday down here in Port Charlotte, over 300 cars, I guess, annually they do it, and I've never been to it, so we're going to check that out on Saturday, and we got a group of about 8 or 9 guys with a couple of Tri-5s in there, and Chevy 2 and a couple of Mopars, and so we got a mix of guys that go. It'll be kind of fun to see this weekend. Yeah, my first time doing this, so this is interesting, that's for sure. Anybody lurking out there, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Seaverville. Not sure where that's at. Still learning a lot of these non-touristy towns in Florida, that's for sure. Yeah, right? We don't spend any money on them. I always kiddingly say whenever a friend's having a child is get them into hot rods early. They'll never have enough money for drugs. They'll keep them clean. Oh, okay. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to go that far just yet. With the 56, I got to get my C10. I got a 64 C10 that'll be on the channel here coming up. I did a lot of work too, and it's been sitting too much down here in Florida, so I'm going to go through and do a bunch of maintenance. And it's got a rear main seal leak, so we're going to pull the tranny and go through some. I put a new wiring harness in it, but we're going to go through and really clean up the wiring. It's the first time I'd ever done that, so left things long in case I wanted to change things. So now it's time to button up a bunch of wiring, and it's on airbags, and I think I got a leak. So, oh, sitting in the coffee shop. That's cool. That's cool. Are you drinking a Choco Mocha Latte? Oh, right on. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I got a couple of things. It's be nice if the YouTube thing took off a little bit, just to have a little nest egg to put into the projects and whatnot. I got a 64 step van that I want to do on the channel down the road. It'd be nice to LS swap that and maybe put it on bags. And I've got this 66 Nova sitting above my head right here. That's a Nova Wagon. It's also been on the channel a couple of times, but we're at a point now where I need to throw some money at it to get a few things that were done incorrectly redid. So that'll be on the channel coming up as well. And I think they wiped out the cam when they broke in the motor, and I bought it as a roller, basically, not knowing if the motor ran. So there's a little more history in one of the where I introduced that vehicle on the channel. It was an interesting buy, but I got it cheap enough that it didn't even need to have a motor or tranny in it. And I did get it running, but it seems like the cam's wiped out. So we'll find out more information on that as time goes on here. '71. Oh, those are cool. Yeah, that's a good buy. That's a good year. My brother well, when he moved down to Florida, sold a '72 4-wheel drive. That was I like that body style. It's my second favorite, and then the square body's coming third. If I could only have one lift, being I got the 4-post and the 2-post, I'd probably stick with the 4-post. The nice thing, I can't do it here at this shop because once you go out my door, it's a bit of a decline into the parking lot. But my last shop I had up in Indiana, you can put them on wheels. So you don't have to permanently fasten them to the floor. And you can trolley them out the door. And I used to put it outside and raise up the cars that I bought and power wash the underneath and everything and get the underneath really clean. So that was a really helpful thing. That and the fact that if you have a bigger shop like what you got, Jimmy, that I've seen in your videos, if you don't like where it's at, you can just roll it to a different part of the shop and set it back up. The only downfall to the 4-post, it's hard doing rim and tire things because the platform's a little bit in your way, so it sets the wheel back. You got the platform in your chest, the wheels are back. You don't have to buy a special jack, but if it's going to be your only one, I'd recommend it because they're not cheap. But I would recommend it, and that way you can get the car lifted up because they come with a jack tray for putting that jack in, and you can slide it back and forth to raise the back end or the front end and work on rims and tires, which is cool. Just a little less convenient, but if I only had to have one, I'd keep the 4-post. Yeah, I've been doing the shorts thing. I need to do more personal shorts like this, like we're talking now. But I do a lot of shorts from the car shows I go to. I just try to do like one car. I do 2 or 3 a week. I was doing 2 or 3 a week and just focusing on one car and making like a 30-second video. And I got a lot of subscribers out of that, but I don't know if those people like long form stuff, and I really prefer to have a long form channel. So I'm going to keep doing the shorts. I still got a lot of video of cars and stuff. We'll keep rolling on those a couple of weeks. Yeah, no problem, Jamie. I tell you what, where you live, these lifts came out of A plus, the letter A, and the word plus, A plus lifts, and everything because of the economy's way more expensive. But they're one of the least expensive for the home hobbyists. I think the 4-posts right now are like $3,400. When I bought them, they were $2,200, so they've gone up quite a bit. But they're about $3,000-ish. Yeah, and I do both lifts there because of both short and long form. Yeah, I tried a couple of those 3-minute ones, and they kind of screwed it up when they launched it. They put the 3-minute ones out as regular videos, and then the algorithm just decided it wasn't worth it, and then they put it as a short, and nobody watched it. Not even the amount I normally get on my regular ones. I mean, people didn't even click on it. So I don't know. It kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, but I need to try again because I see a lot more of the 3-minute videos popping up. Yeah, it's nice having the 2 lifts. And I had to put that one in the back because it's narrower than the 4-post, and I'd never get the 4-post out if I had it that way, and the 2-post in where I come in the door. Everybody always asks me that. I know nobody asked me that on here, but anybody who's ever been over to my shop's like, well, how come you didn't put the 2-post up there? That way you don't have to drive underneath the 4-post, because I'd never get the 4-post out. I'd have to tear the 2-post out to get the 4-post out. So, but it's perfect. I park under it all the time. You know, when I'm not doing what I'm doing now, or I'm not working on that one usually sits where I'm sitting right now and frees up that whole area to do stuff or to work on another car. Got a few people watching. Introduce yourselves. Let me know where you're from. Stop and say hi. Welcome to my very first live. We're just winging it. Jump on in and say hello. Appreciate that. And then 2 of them ran away. So, Grease Belly, how long have you had your YouTube channel? Oh, we got one back. Yeah, it's a crapshoot. That's since 2006. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had my channel. I guess it hasn't been a channel per se. I'm like everybody else out there. I mean, I signed up and had a name. It's just to watch videos and be able to comment. And I posted 1 or 2, I don't know, 9 or 10 years ago, a couple of mechanic hacks on specific vehicles where I found an easier way to do something. I'm like, I looked all over YouTube and could not find an answer to this. So when I figured it out, I'm like, this may help somebody out. So I'd post a quick one. Never knew you could make money doing it. Never knew it was a thing. Thought it was like Facebook. And after COVID and moving down here to Florida, I was going to work on a project. And I don't know, somebody said to me, you know, because I was videotaping stuff for myself was the big thing. Getting older, the brain isn't quite like it used to be. And I would videotape something I had never done before. So if it took me a week or 2 to get back to it, I'd remember what I did and how it would go back together. And when I was up in Indiana still, before I moved down here, I would do it as a YouTube video so that I could show it to my dad when I'd come down and say, hey, look at this, you know, vehicle I worked on. You should have seen what a piece of crap it was before. Well, I could show him the video. See, this is what we did, and I did this, and we changed that and fixed this. And he really got a kick out of it. And I just kind of did it as talking to an audience for fun. And some of those I've been posting now, even though they're 4 or 5 years old, kind of making a video out of them. But technically, about 2.5 years ago, I thought, you know what? I am going to actually put an effort in and see if anybody cares. And I found this old railroad service truck, this 84 C20 service truck that had been sitting under a tree and rotting away. And but it ran. You know, it'd be kind of cool. I've always wanted to do a service truck. I always thought they were cool, you know, static drop them and, you know, do some cool patina to it. And it did okay, but it got me hooked. I'm like, you know, it's kind of fun making the videos, learning something new, how to edit and do all this kind of stuff. And yeah, got me hooked. And then got to thinking after COVID, I'm like, you know, it'd be nice to have the extra side income if it ever turned into anything. You know, if you could make $500 a month, well, that's $500 in car parts and hot rod parts or tools, and it would make it worth all the time you spend editing these things. Thanks, Jimmy. We're trying. Nervous with this live stuff. You know, when you're filming for the channel, you can edit. So if I say something stupid or I stutter too long and forget my train of thought, I can edit that out. But this live thing made me nervous. No, I use the free. He's asking if I got if I paid for editing software, and no, I used the free version of DaVinci Resolve. It took a little bit to learn, but it's, man, you could really do a lot of stuff. It's actually a few of my videos got a little too technical because you're using all the bells and whistles, and I'm just like, good God, kind of made it into a circus. I got to tone that back a little bit. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and that was kind of my thought when I moved down here. Oh, I suppose I should read this. It said I started out posting for sale videos and then linked them to eBay. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Hey, Busted Radio Garage. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Yeah, and I was planning on buying and flipping a few of these cars, but I've got a bunch of cars up here I've always wanted to build, and that C20 service truck was one of them. Had no intentions of keeping it. I fall in love with everything, but I said, you know what? You can't buy anything unless you sell. So the whole point was to get the vehicle, do the project, make the videos, send it down the road, maybe do, you know, 3 or 4 a year because you can get away with it with the DMV and not be a car dealer. And COVID messed that all up with the prices, but hopefully we're on the upswing. It looks like car prices are coming back around. So that's why the 49 Chevy, one of my recent videos, is back out, and we're finishing up a few things, and that'll be up for sale. Thanks, Chris Bell. I appreciate it. Busted Radio Garage. Where are you from? What part of the country in? Oh, the prices you think are coming down again? Been kind of, we'll see. I think I bought that car right, but at this point, I'll be lucky if I break even, and that's fine. Just get the money back to put into something else. But I was hoping they were on the upswing. I was hoping they were on a little bit of the upswing. We'll see. Welcome, KH. Yeah, been doing videos seriously for about 2.5 years. Asking how long we've been doing videos. This is our very first live. So, brand new. Never tried the live thing before. Kentucky. Okay, I'll have to check you out. You sound familiar. That name does sound familiar. I think I might even be subscribed to you. Well, thank you, KH. Where are you from? What part of the country? Appreciate you all stopping in. Iowa. What part of Iowa? I used to run steel up there along the I-80 corridor in Cedar Rapids area. Yeah, it's a 56 Chevy Nomad. Been in my family since 78, 77 or 78. Became mine. I bought it 8 years ago. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I have to send your information over or whatnot through the channel, and we'll get together. Mason City. Okay, that's more south, correct? I used to run through the Quad Cities and then over to Marshalltown outside of Cedar Rapids and back, and spent many a night in the Iowa 80 truck stop, the world's largest truck stop there. I was a home away from home for 2-3 nights a week for 10 years. Made a few runs down south of Iowa, but not many. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. What is that? Sioux City, Iowa, up by there too? Oh, good to know. I was wondering on that. So even though people look at them on the regular laptop, they'll see it vertical, and that's okay, huh? Okay, good to know. Yeah. West on 80. Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of videos on it, introducing it and kind of going over all the ins and outs of it. If you want to check those out, I'd appreciate it. Rebecca, who's the cute tall guy? Is that who I think it is? He's not that cute. He might be tall, but he's not that cute. Yeah, I appreciate it. We're trying to grow this into something. Community where people can come and hang out and see things that maybe they don't normally get to see. I mean, I'm a YouTube garage channel guy myself. I like to watch and see what other people are working on. When they're working on something that I don't own or might not ever own, I get a big kick out of watching people work on that stuff. So hopefully they come to visit me for the same reason. Hey, Rebecca, you got to talk that tall, handsome guy into driving that 65-step van down here so it can be here. If you are who I think you are. I think that's my buddy's girlfriend being all sneaky. Glad you found it, though. Down in Florida. Live in stereo. That's got to be scary. Does it come across in stereo? Does it zoom from speaker to speaker? Yeah, you're right. A lot of people do the phone thing. I mean, I watch shorts on my phone as well, but I watch all my channels that I like long form. I watch them on the laptop or the TV. Oh, I'm just south of Sarasota, down in the Port Charlotte area. Yeah, you're even closer. You going to Greasebell? You going to Sick Week next Tuesday or the 28th? I think it is, where all the really fast guys are going to be there at the Bradenton Raceway there. I hadn't thought about it. The Power Tour, he's asking. Hot Rod Power Tour. I did that in 2015. Have they laid out? You usually do in December. I guess I haven't looked, but did they lay out the route for this coming year? You race a car there, Busted Radial, when you come down to Bradenton? Oh, right on. Yeah, I haven't been to the Freedom Factory. I've been to the racetrack, but not the Freedom Factory itself. Okay. Cam Maker. I think I'm going to go up there. I got to see that 55 Chevy Alex Taylor drives and see how fast that looks in person. Oh, right on. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that far from there, but I haven't had any time or anything to get up that way. I need to start doing more. All right on. Yeah, what's his name? Mike Finnegan's going to have the 55 Blasphemy there on Tuesday for Sick Week. Alex Taylor's going to have her 55 there. I'd like to see Cletus's the Eagle or whatever, that Camaro he just built. That'd be pretty cool to see actually run in person. Yeah, I haven't seen if they have the road or not for the Power Tour, the Hot Rod Power Tour. Oh, that'd be cool. Running the whole Route 66. Yeah, that'd definitely be cool. Always kind of wanted to do that. I had the opportunity that popped right out by me up there by Chicago where I was living in Indiana. Would have been able to do at least half of it going west and back. Power Tour was fun. I had just finished my my 64 C10 and we did the 2015 one, my old man and I, and that started in Madison, Wisconsin and ended up in Gulfport, Louisiana, or Gulfport, Mississippi. One of the two. I don't remember, but only thing that did for me, it put a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, just because we really wanted to do the back road driving and the parade type scenario with all the other cars. but we had like 3 or 4 days where it was almost 300 miles. And if you left at 6 in the morning, you were getting there at 8 o'clock at night doing that on the back roads, and you missed the gathering at the end point. All the vendors were gone. Half the people that came after work to the show were gone. And so we just did a lot of freeway driving to get to the venues, because it was still, 4 or 5 hours of driving to get to the venue and enjoy the car show aspect of it. Usually they only do like 180 miles tops. So I'd like to see the new route. Be fun to do it with the Nomad. And if it was somewhere closer by and the roads were going to be shorter in between, and kind of keep it more fun where you can cruise the back roads. Oh, cool. Doing the burnout stuff. 32 days. Wow. So you're going to go all the way east to west, the whole route? Stopping and seeing all the sights? That'd be pretty cool. I think the next big trip we've been talking about taking, I got mechanically the 55 Nomad done for my brother. We did a bunch of updates on that, and he's just buttoning up some interior stuff that he wanted to change. It didn't need to be changed, but he wanted to change it. So once he gets that all tied up, we've thought about driving up to Bowling Green for the Tri-5 Chevy Nationals, which would be a pretty cool road trip, taking the 55 and the 56 and running them back and forth. Okay. But Busted Radio, that are you going to do Route 66 all the way from east to west, the whole thing from start to finish? Or are you just going to pick it up close to by where you're at? Wow, that'd be very cool. Yeah, staying on 66 the whole way and staying at those old hotels that are still up, the motels that they keep for that very reason. That'd be pretty cool. Power Tour should do that once. A Route 66 Power Tour. Take, 2 weeks. Not as many stops, but well, hopefully the weather will be good for you. The way this winter's going across the whole nation. Hopefully that means we'll have a mild, nice summer. All right. Yeah, right on. Well, Grease Belly, if you can get a hold of me, or I'll see if check online here with you and see if we can get a hold of each other, and maybe we can meet up and do a collab or something. I appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out and introducing yourselves. And we'll try this again sometime, and maybe I'll set it up where we do a little tour of the shop and you can see more. I kind of had this set up so that it was just question and answer so far. But maybe we'll do a little walking tour, set it up a little better for a little walking tour. And if you have any questions about any of the other cars, maybe on a weekend when it's sunny out and nice and not freezing and wind blowing. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. He loves you too. Yep. Appreciate you guys all stopping by. Nice to meet you. Don't be strangers. You ever have anything any comments on any of the videos? Feel free to comment and let me know what I'm doing right or wrong. I guess we'll close it with that. Not bad for the first time. I got the jitters out. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Till next time.